Okay, so we just wrapped up a series of escape and evasion kits, and the last kit that we had was kind of a very small pocket survival kit that could work in a urban or wilderness context. Today we're going to actually talk about a proper wilderness first aid kit. Now, I'm not a huge proponent of survival kits, but where they are handy is in conjunction with a vehicle. So if a vehicle were to break down, whether it be a plane or car or boat, and you're not prepared for that wilderness environment, then you can have some gear tucked away that you could rely on. So it needs to be lightweight and, in my opinion, diverse, because you could be in any environment. This is a homemade kit that I've put together, and you can make them much more inexpensive with higher quality gear than trying to buy something that's already ready made. So this is going to be a longer video. I'll jump right into it. So first, on the outside here is a knife. Having some kind of sheath knife I think is really important, or a fixed blade knife. This is a Mora knife. It's a Scandi grind and it's carbon steel. So I think it works great for this application, especially given that it's a high performing knife for $5. You can't beat that. All right, on the other side here, we have that E&E kit that you saw. So if you want to see the contents, jump in the video on that one. And then right here, also real handy, are some chemical light sticks, so that you can crack those right away and be able to get into the kit, see what you need, or signal or whatever. So you have chemical light sticks. Okay, so getting inside here, very first thing on top here is one of the coolest outdoor pieces of kit. I think personally, I just, for whatever reason, really like them. This is a Sierra Cup. Sierra Cup is, to me, the perfect survival shelter or survival container. It has it gives you the capacity to or the design here is that you can dip this into a shallow stream to drink from. So it works well as a bowl, it works well as a little frying pan, it works well as a water containment. So plenty of many options that you can use with this. And it's going to work in conjunction or with the solar still, which is a fantastic way to get fresh water, drinkable water, in many different environments. And I don't know why there's very little reference on, especially on YouTube or any kind of quote-unquote survival trainers that talk about this. So that's the Sierra Cup. Really awesome piece of kit. Okay, so then I also have a little notebook and a pen, Write in the Rain notebook. So you can leave a note, like on your windshield or whatever, or keep a journal, whatever kind of communication you need, like that. Signal mirror and whistle. Check the post recently on escape and evasion, because we talked specifically about compasses, whistles, and signal mirrors. So certainly having some ability to signal is awesome. Here's just a cheap compass, just a cheap Boy Scout compass. I don't really like the, fisheye compasses or the kind of toy compasses. I think you should have if you have a proper survival kit, you should have a proper compass. And I think they're just going to get a better, better results. So right on top here, just a little small hank of paracord. I got a lighter. I mean, if you're going to start a fire, no better way to start a fire than just a lighter. You've got not only the lighter capacity itself, but also the striker here that you can use to start a fire with if you need to. So I just put this little rubber glove fingertip over there to kind of protect it so that it doesn't leak fuel. This is a straw for a life straw or a filter straw. We'll show you that in a second. But in this little plastic bag, I have double bagged some fire starting kit. This is twine, a tea candle, and impregnated There's plenty and plenty of videos on there, so I'm not going to go into great detail on it. But of course, because it has the ability to kind of get the inner strands out for smaller string for fishing and many different making nets and whatever. I often see a lot of people carrying too much paracord. I think personally, just me, is 10 strands that are 5 to 7 feet a piece is way plenty. 7 is fine, and I think I have 7 altogether in here for building a shelter or whatever you need paracord for. And I don't do a whole daisy chaining or carry another tool to spool this up. That's ridiculous. If you need a longer piece, you can always tie it together. And if you need a shorter piece, it keeps you from having to cut and continuously cut smaller and smaller pieces. So anyway, all right, shelter. We've got 2 garbage bags. These are 55-gallon drum liners, perfect for making a sleeping pad, using it as a tube tent. You could make it as a raincoat. You can insulate it with leaves and make a parka. Lots and lots of different options. Solar stills over vegetation or in the ground. So I think it's worth having 2, especially if you might have somebody with you on your trip. All right, the Mylar space blanket. This is a cheap one. This works great, just as is, without having to have the bulk of insulation. So it bounces radiant heat back off of your body, back onto you, keeping you nice and warm. All right, and then I've got a sit pad / sleeping mat. So this is what you can use to sit down on. Or lay down on if you need to. You can fold it out. It's also Mylar, and it's insulated. It's the material, it's called tech foil, and it's the same material that you put underneath, like a heated floor or a heated cement floor. So very, very versatile. Of course, you can use it for signaling as well. Here's another loose paracord. Painter's drop cloth. All right, so the painter's drop cloth and then some tubing. So this is all you need with your cup to make your solar still. So you basically just dig a hole. You can put water in there, you can put vegetation in there, whatever you want, and then you cover it with the tarp, and then you can run this tubing down into the cup that's centered at the base of the hole. Put a little rock on the tarp here, and then all the water is going to transpire and then collect down into the cup, and you can drink right out of it with your tube. So that's a super awesome, super easy way to get water. Now you can also take the paracord, the drum liner, this tech foil, your painter's drop cloth, and your space blanket, and use it in all conjunction with the Morris-Kochanski Super Shelter. Now, Google it if you're not familiar. It is fantastic. In the dead of winter, you can get a shelter at 70 degrees warmth in there. I'm not kidding. So it's a great survival method. It takes a lot of skill and some time and energy, but it's fantastic. So when we think of thermal regulation and trying to slow our thermal regulation, that's probably one of the most key things in a survival situation. A lot of people kind of gloss over. Second is the comfort of sleeping. Again, people like to focus on food. They like to focus on other things more than I think what we really should focus on, which is rest and comfort and sleeping well. And so you can do that in a Morris-Kochanski survival shelter. So you have insulating pad down here, or building a raised bed for conductive heat loss, convective heat loss from the painter's drop cloth, radiant energy off of a fire bouncing off of the through the painter's cloth, through the and then bouncing off of the Mylar shelter, and then insulation from added comfort or additional warmth. So you have a lot of options. It's focused mainly on being comfortable in a realistic survival situation. So I think with all of this, in most any environment, you'll be able to be pretty well off, at least better off than you would if you didn't have anything, or you're just sleeping in your car. So again, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, things you think I should add in here, please let me know. Jump into the comment section, and another video will be coming shortly.